Shalom, brothers and sisters. I'm back with another video. I wasn't even going to do this, but somebody just pretty much commented on one of my videos when I posted it on Facebook, and they were pretty much saying that it's just not scientifically possible that Nibiru pretty much exists, or you know so I was just like, this is interesting because there's a lot of people out there who believe that they cannot see Nibiru in the sky on Earth. A lot of people right now is saying how, well, why can't we see Nibiru right now? Well, it's because we're in the West. Okay, many of us are in the West right now in the eastern skies, you guys. People who are in the East can actually see Nibiru rising with the sun. Okay. Um, I'm going to get into this video here, you guys, which is called Great Banquet or Feast, Nibiru as the sign in the heavens. I'm going to be actually reading some things from the Lost Book of Enki. This has been one of my favorite books, you guys. Pretty much within the last year, I would say. Like, soon as I found this book, I was like, oh my God, it has so much information in it, so much knowledge in it. And I love it because it allows me to put things into perspective when I'm actually reading the Bible and when I'm seeing signs in the heavens and, even my dreams. So I love the Lost Book of Enki, and this for me has been really this has really increased my knowledge with a lot of different things because it explains a lot of things in the Bible. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. Okay, so what I did, you guys, was I found something online, planets in the solar system, according to the Sumerian text. So it says, in the beginning, there existed the sun, which is Apsu, encircled by the planet Tiamat, which is really Earth, and the planet Mercury, which is Mamu. I'm probably saying that wrong. Then between Tiamat and Mercury came into being the planets Mars and Venus. Then there came into being beyond the planet Tiamat the planets Jupiter and Saturn, along with their emissary Pluto. Okay, last to come into being were the planets Uranus and Neptune. These nine planets, or gods, moved in the counterclockwise direction around Apsu, which is the sun. So you guys see this here. I have it up on the screen for you so you can kind of see the names of the planets that's actually in the Sumerian tablets. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from the Lost Book of Enki and pay attention to some of these words, such as Lahamu and Lamu and Gaga and Kishar and Anshar and things like that, okay? Because it's going to be talking about the planets seen in the heavens, okay? Okay, brothers and sisters, I'm going to get right into it. So, this is the Great Banquet prepared for Anu and Antu of Nibiru. Okay, this is actually going to be telling you guys how they actually prepared for a banquet for the king and the queen of Nibiru to actually come on the earth. Okay, now, as the time for the arrival of Anu and Antu neared, for their stay in the Eden, a new place was selected, neither in Enlil's nor Enki's to be. Uniki, the delightful place, it was named. Shade trees in it were planted. A pure white structure, the house of Anu, in its midst was built. Its exterior in 7 stages rose. Its interior, like a king's quarters, was. When the celestial chariot of Anu at earth arrived, Anunnaki sky ships toward it soared. for a safe landing at the place of the chariots in Timun. It was guided. You too, the place commander, his grandparents to planet Earth welcomed. The three children of Anu, Enlil, and Enki, and Ninhursag, which was actually Nema, her name actually changed, okay, stood there to greet them. They embraced and kissed. They laughed and cried. So long has the separation been. So, you guys, I want you guys to see what's happening here. They had prepared a house for Anu. So it's like a temple that was built where they were going to be actually sleeping in. Okay, they had rooms for them to be sleeping in. Okay, and this was built in the Eden. Okay, the Garden of Eden. Okay, so they saw the ship pretty much descending to the earth. So some of the sky ships actually went towards the ship of Anu to guide them to the actual landing place. Okay, so this is what's happening. So they went out to pretty much and go to get them to bring them back at the landing spot so they can land safely. Okay. And they were pretty much happy. All of Anu's children, which was Enlil, Enki, and Ninhursag, they were really excited to see their father because it had been a very long time since they had, separated from him. Okay, now let's continue. They to each other kept saying, at each other they looked agent to examine, though greater in charge were the parents, younger than the children they looked. This is really talking about how the comparison between the father and the kids. Well, since the kids were on earth, they were aging much quicker than the father or the other beings that was on Nibiru. So that's what that's talking about. Okay. The two sons looked old and bearded, and then Harsag, once a beauty, was bent and wrinkled. All five of them were with tears were filled. Tears of joy with sorrow tears were mingled. And sky ships were the guests and their hosts to the Eden taken. In a prepared place beside Unaki, the sky ships landed. So Anu, okay, so the king and the queen was coming, but they also had other guests that was also coming to this banquet, you guys, on the earth. Okay. All the Anunnaki that on earth had stayed as an honor guard were standing. Hail and welcome in unison to Anu and Antu. They were shouting. Then in a procession, singing and music playing, the Anunnaki to the house of Anu, the guests accompanying. So they were like, woo, welcome, woohoo, like, yay, our king is here. You know what I'm saying? Our queen is here, like, yay, they're finally here. So they're happy, singing. It's like a celebration going on, right? So they're like, woo, get it, break it down. I don't know if they were saying all that, but so they was having fun, y'all. I like to have fun with my videos, okay? So they was just like all excited and happy because they was like, yes, the king and the queen has returned from Nibiru and they're finally here with us on Earth, okay? So let's go to the next screen. Okay, keep on reading here. So it says, in the house of Anu, Anu washed and rested. Then he was perfumed and clothed, and two, by female Anunnaki to the house of the golden bed was escorted. There she too washed and rested. Then she was perfumed and clothed. In the open courtyard, as an evening breeze, the tree leaves rustled, and Nu and Antu on thrones were seated. Flanking them were Enlil and Enki and Nehasag, attendants Earthlings who were completely naked, wine and good oil served. Others in a corner of the courtyard, a bull and a ram, gifts of Enlil and Enki on a fire were roasting. So they was like, it's like they was grilling, you know what I'm saying? Some food, y'all. Okay. It was like they were having like a little barbecue in the courtyard. It had some wine and stuff. But anyway, it says a great banquet was for Anu, and Antu prepared. For the sign in the heavens, its start was awaiting. So you guys, they had prepared a great banquet for the king and the queen, and the start of the banquet was going to begin at the sign in the heavens. You're going to see what the sign is. Okay. So it says, on Enlil's instructions, Zumul, who in matters of stars and planets was learned. So this person knew stars and the planets very well. Okay. So it says, the steps of the house of Anu ascended, the rising of the planets at eve time to announce. On the first step, Kishar, which is Jupiter, in the eastern skies appeared. See how they just told you? This is being seen in the eastern skies, you guys. Lahumu, Venus, okay? Or the second step was seen, okay? Mamu, just Mercury, on the third step was announced. And Shar, by the fourth step, arose. Okay, I lost my place. Sorry about that. Lamu, Mars, on the fifth step was seen. The moon from the sixth step was announced. Then, on a signal from Zamul, the Ham, the planet of Anu in the skies rises, began to be sung. For For from the topmost step, the seventh, the red halo Nibiru into view came. Y'all, it's showing you right here. Okay, that was seeing all of the planets in the sky aligning with the steps of the actual temple, you guys. So it was built specifically for the planets to align in the sky. Okay, so we see here that the topmost step, which was the seventh step, they saw the red halo Nibiru come into view. Okay, now for people out there who keep saying, "Oh, you cannot see Nibiru. Nibiru is not in the sky. Nibiru doesn't exist." Well, according to this, they were on the earth. They were staying in the east, and they looked up at the sky and they could actually see Nibiru along with the other planets in the sky. Okay. Now, to music, the Anunnaki clapped and danced. They was having fun, y'all. All right. So they clapped and danced to music. They danced and sang to the one who grows bright, the heavenly planet of the Lord Anu, they sang. So they was like giving praise and honor, okay, to the heavenly planet of the Lord Anu. So their king came from the heavenly planet, which is this red halo Nibiru. Okay, this is what this is talking about. It's talking about this planet that they was happy because guess what? All of them came from this planet Nibiru. So of course they would praise and worship their own planet that they came from. I mean, come on. I mean, if you went somewhere on a distant planet and you knew you was from Earth, ain't you gonna remember the planet that you came from? You're gonna be like, oh, I see Earth in the sky. Whoa, here's Earth. You know, we came from there or whatever. Like, come on, people. Like, really, it's time to grow up. Like, this is real. This is real stuff, okay? Um, so let me continue. It says, On the signal, a bonfire was lit, seen from place to place where the bonfire started. Before the night was over, the whole land of Eden was with bonfires lit. After a meal of bull meat and ram meat, of fish and fowl, with wine and beer accompanied, Anu and Antu to their overnight quarters were accompanied. By Anu and Antu were all the Anunnaki things. Okay, so there we have it, you guys. I just wanted to bring this up. As you can see, they actually like eating meat. Okay, they ate fish, they ate bull meat and ram meat. Okay, so they was grilling this food, okay, on the fire. So they was drinking wine and beer and things like that. So this is what they enjoyed eating at the time, back in the ancient times. Okay, so I just wanted to do this quick video to kind of like let you guys know that you can see Nibiru in the eastern skies, okay? We probably cannot see it over here in the west. It depends on where you are located at, okay? It depends on where you're located at. So by the time we get to see it, it might be too late. And I think that is the real reason, why it's like, okay, it's going to come like a thief in the night. But we're trying to tell you the truth in the West so that you can wake up and know what's coming before it's too late. Because once it actually comes closer, you guys, and we get to see it, things may not be so great because we might be experiencing a little bit more, things over here in America that might not be too well. We already having issues right now with the weather. A lot of things are changing. There's a lot of earthquakes, hailstorms, yeah, flood. I mean, there's so much that is happening right now all over the world because of this planet that is actually getting closer to us. But this is why Yeshua was like trying to tell you it's going to come like a thief in the night. And what he was trying to tell you guys is that, okay, while everybody is sitting here out basically having fun, partying, doing their regular chores and just being out into the world, all of a sudden, boom, Nibiru's going to be here and you're going to see it in the sky, and then everybody's going to be like, oh my God, what is this planet? Well, we've been trying to tell y'all that this planet is in the sky, but then when it gets over here, everybody's going to start panicking. Everybody's going to be fearful. They're going to be scared, and it's going to be chaotic. This is why we're trying to tell you now so that you can prepare your hearts for these signs that is going to be in the heavens. But nobody don't want to listen. They keep mocking us. They keep laughing and thinking it's funny. This is not funny. This is not funny, you guys. It's really not. Like, you guys need to understand this information. And Yeshua was warning us about these signs in the heavens, okay? So you need to get prepared. You need to research everything that I tell you. I'm not putting this information out here for no reason. I'm trying to tell you what's coming. It's already here. It's in the east. People are already seeing it. And they're not going to show you all of the disasters that's happening over there right now, y'all. Do your research. Get on YouTube. Look and see what's happening over there. They're not going to tell you everything, y'all. You have to do this research yourself. They're not going to come on your news, your local news, and be like, hey, guess what's happening over here in the East? Or let me tell you what's going on in the Middle East. Or let me tell you what's going on over here in Europe or any other places. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you. So you have to do the research on your own and say, well, let me see what's happening over there. All these people on YouTube is sharing this information so that you can be aware, so that you can know what's going on. But everybody's sitting around here acting like they know everything. Oh no, this ain't in the Bible. This ain't. Yes, it is. What do you mean it's not in the Bible? You just don't see it. I don't know who taught you. I don't know who you're getting your little teachings from, but they're ignorant. And it seems like you are ignorant as well because you don't want to do the research by yourself. You're afraid. Wake up, my people. Do the research. Do it. You really think that our ancestors is going to just be making up lies and passing things down generation after generation just to be playing around with you? Really? You really think we got time to sit up here and lie to you? You really think we have time to make up this whole story? Really? You really think Enki was going to sit here and write and get a scribe to write this book so that this book can be passed down just to be playing with y'all? Really? Really? You really think he was going to waste his time like that? Please. Y'all need to wake up. Okay? So prepare for the great banquet. And while I'm saying this, you guys, isn't the great banquet talked about? Didn't Yeshua invite you to the great banquet? Remember this now. Go back in your Bibles. Remember the great banquet that Yeshua is like sent invitations out and people rejected. Remember? Remember, think about the great banquet, the great feast in the Bible. Think about that too in the book of Revelations as well. Look it up. Do all you gotta do is go on Google, research this stuff, and it will pull up automatically for you. It talks about the great banquet, okay, the great feast. Okay, and I already talked about it in previous videos as well about the bride being prepared. Okay. And I believe that's in Revelation chapter 19. So look it up. Okay. Now I done sent out an invitation on my community post. If I sent out a little invitation and I'm inviting y'all to the great banquet, to the great feast. Okay. Now this great feast or this great banquet is not going to be happening on the earth, y'all. I shouldn't have to tell y'all where it's going to happen at. You pay attention to everything I'm telling you. You're welcome. You are welcome. Hey, I've sent the invitation out years ago. And people was like, no, it was rejecting. Okay, well, let me go ahead and take you on off the list because you said that you didn't want to go. You said you didn't. He said, why do I want to be invited to this? He like, oh, okay, well, all righty then. The angels have taken note that you have rejected the invitation. Take him off the list. How many people want to be invited to the great banquet? Because if you don't want to come to the great feast, and I was just sitting here, we're having fun, we singing and we dancing, we having fun. Now we finna sit down and eat with the king. Now listen, if the king come from the Nibiru, like he did on the chariot, and say, well, let me go and see who on earth want to come to the great party we finna have up on the Nibiru on this mothership. Does anybody want to come? Me, I want to go. Let me go and eat with the king. The bride has prepared herself. And I want to go to the great feast. I've learned all about Nibiru. Let me go and see what y'all got going on up there. Okay? Because if y'all built all of this on the earth way back in ancient times, I can only imagine what you built up there. The doors have been opened, you guys. You can come. If you don't want to come, this might be that rapture. Everybody like, oh, what is the rapture? What is the rapture? Okay, some people go and some people are left behind. I'm just saying, they might be trying to tell you something in code. Some people gonna be going to the great banquet, the great feast, and people who have rejected the invitation gonna be left behind. I'm just trying to put it in another perspective. There is so many possibilities, you guys, and I'm bringing you one possibility. Okay? Thank you so much for watching and listening to this video. Please make your comments. Okay? Thank you.